Well, good morning, James.
Good morning.
Today is May the 9th be with you. We have, how many yards do we have to do today to be all caught up? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know I have more than 10. But 10's enough, ain't it?
Are those down at the bottom?
Oh, I didn't put these on here. Rick's on there. Bob's on there. Huh? 10, though. That's okay. Oh, because we have to go to Knoxville. It is real close to 10:40. We got 10 yards to do. And yes, a little late for that many yards, especially seeing the fact we have to go to Knoxville. But, you know, I was out the other day. I took off because it was raining. It was nasty. And I noticed quite a few lawn care businesses were out mowing. It was raining on them and they was mowing. Now, I used to do that back in the day when I was younger and had to push it like that. But fortunately now I have fewer yards, but higher quality yards that pay better. And I don't need as many yards I used to need, no. And like Jay from Jay's Mowing says, you know, I'm on my way out. So I don't need to mow like that anyhow, right? He was talking about there's a Jay's Mowing. And there's a big controversy because he was saying how these 40 and 50-year-old people, you know, they're on their way out because they're going to die. I'm 66 and I'm still around. Let me tell you a story. A guy that I started mowing when he was 83, back about 20 years ago, actually 21, because he turned 104 this year. So Jay, us old people, if I live like that old man, I might be around in you young people's face for another 20 years. But anyhow, not anything against Jay. He's just young. He don't know how to talk and be graceful yet. But he'll learn. I know a lot of the older guys, they got really ticked off with him. Well, I say older guys, I'm talking about young people like Ray. And other people about Ray's age. Yeah, Ray, y'all's young to me. Anyhow, but anyhow, hey, we ain't gonna need this today, are we? Because I didn't bring that thing.
We need it, we can't use it anyway.
It's pretty warm. It's pretty cool. And it ain't gonna be warm today. I brought me a big heavy jacket today.
So, you got one.
So I won't. I told Mariah, I said, man, I told James, I said, you successfully froze me all day. And he said, oh, I'm sorry. She got so mad because she thought I was being rude. That is so rude. I said, I didn't think it was rude. That is so rude. You shouldn't tell people that. Yeah. Well, anyhow, so, yeah. We're a little behind, but I think we're going to be okay. But we'll see if we got all 10 of these done today. Now, the yards in Maryville, they need mowed the worst. The yards in Maryville need mowed the worst. But I always like to go and get Knoxville done. So,
out of the way.
Yeah. But I think I'm going to go ahead and do the ones in Maryville and take a chance on not getting Knoxville done. Because one of the ones in Maryville was supposed to be mowed Monday, so that's 4 or 5 days past.
Yeah.
Another one.
And Judy Effler, her yard was pretty tall for a week.
Yeah. So we're just going to get Maryville done, then we're going to go. We got Kevin to do. and we'll just make our round on up there. I think we can do it. We'll be at the railroad at dark. If we don't get done, we'll be at the railroad at dark. But I think we'll be okay. I filled up the gas yesterday. I think the mowers are still okay. All right, you guys come along with us and we'll see how we do. I just made a blooper back there. The bank was too wet to mow, and I set James up there to mow it anyhow. So we made some divots. It wasn't horrible, but there was already some weak places. There've been weak places in that bank ever since I've been there.
Yeah, from the very beginning.
Yeah, and so, you know, I mean, even when it's dry, that can be a pain. So anyhow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to text old Bob and let him know, hey, due to your yard being so wet, we made some divots, turning our mower and what. But I'm going to bring seed in and straw and fix it. Now, do I need to do that? No. He may never even notice. But what he will think, he'll think, wow, this guy's an upstanding guy. He's going to come in and fix places that he said he messed up. So, you know, all it does is reinforce the opinion in them that we're good. So y'all remember that. If you make a mistake on your customer's property, and I'll be honest with you, a lot of times when I've made a little mess up, I'll call and say I did this and that and I'm going to fix it. They say, don't worry about it. I'm glad you owned up to it.
It's like over there at the railroad. Broke a window over there and told them, and it's still broke.
Actually, I didn't tell him I broke that window.
Uh-oh.
He called me and asked me.
Uh-oh.
He said, hey, did you break my window? I didn't know I broke that window. I didn't know. I said, I didn't know I broke it. I said, you'll contact my insurance company. I gave them the number. I said, call them. They'll come out and fix it. It's been 20 years. And they ain't fixed it yet. All right, so we're headed to the next yard. Fortunately, these next two are very level. I don't like the fact they're full of water, but we just got to do this. We're just going to do this. Okay, well, anyhow, we got a belt going bad, but the belt was too big for the mower, but I knew it. And I knew eventually it was going to go. That big belt, the one that's too big, I just now got in here in the mail. This is the right size.
All right.
So the other one I used, and then I ordered the right belt. It was just something to get me through. Anyhow, you reckon these people here mowing this lot will come over here and try to steal our yard?
I don't know.
I know you've heard the story, and most people who watch this channel heard this story, but I'm going to tell it again.
Well, they're doing a crappy job on their curbs.
I don't think a lot of people, you look around at these mowing people, a lot of people don't clean their curbs up.
I mean,
That's always been
tons of grass in these curbs around here. Maybe they just feel like there's too many to worry about.
That's always been what do you call that when something bugs you?
A pet peeve.
Pet peeve. That's always been a pet peeve of mine.
I mean, at least spray it with some poison so it's not green.
Or weed trim it.
Weed eat it.
I mean, there's plenty of ways of getting rid of that curb grass and weeds. But I noticed a lot of people don't do that. Anyhow, so there's people here mowing, and I'm going to tell you, don't do this. I had 3 yards right next to each other, and lawn care company that was mowing in the neighborhood seen me mow those 3 yards. And when I left, they went to every one of them and said, I'll cut your price in half. They got all 3 of my yards. Where I was getting $135, they was getting $75 to do them all. And I know I told James this, and I've said this on camera, but it bears being spoken again. Don't do that. If you're that kind of a person, shame on you. Shame.
Think about the other side of the thing, though. Would you want a person that's that conniving working for you?
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Are they going to be honest if they mess something up?
Well, yeah, but most of these homeowners, they go out here and they try to get the cheap as they can. Yeah. I just want my yard mowed. I don't care how cheap. I don't care what kind of a person you are. I just want my yard mowed. Yeah. Shame. I don't know how you live with yourself. Anyhow, the thing of it is, like I was thinking, is I've got people I know, they mow for half and 2/3 of what I mow for. And they are, right now, they got about 120 yards they have to do a week. And those are the kind of people, when it's pouring down the rain, they can't catch a breath. And those are the kind of people that lose the yards, because people call and say, my mowing man ain't been here in 3 or 4 weeks. I said, well, you know, he's probably overloaded himself with too many yards. You know, a lot of people, they go for quantity instead of quality. But me and James ain't like that. Me and James like to do about 10 yards a day, and that's all me and James want to do. Now, sometimes we'll do 15 or so. Well, when it's not wet, we can actually do about 15.
If we get an early enough start.
Yeah, it's a long day, but if we want another day off, we can actually do 5 more a day. But not in this weather. Not in this weather.
Makes for a nice day when you're not pushed and all stressed out.
That is true. And right now, I'm only behind. Well, after doing these 2 we just did, I'm actually only behind on 1 yard. And we're fixing to go do it. And then I won't be behind at all. I wouldn't even have to go to Knoxville until Monday if I didn't want to. But we're doing Knoxville as a bonus so that Monday I only have a half a dozen to do or so. It'd be an Uber-like day. And I might be able to let Mariah off. You know? Hello? Everybody's going but you. You got your phone in your hand.
Looking down as they drive by us.
Alright, I'm going to give James a public apology. I apologize.
What?
Jay and Christine remind me on my last video that I made that I promised not to air the fact that you got hurt. And I put it on the video. So, y'all see, it's a public apology. So, me and James about done. We didn't weed eat, or we didn't weed eat. Well, James ain't been weed eating. I've been doing all the work. Actually, of course, yes, James does the weed eating. When he's with me, he does the bulk of it. Because, I don't know why. I guess because I pay him, right?
I guess.
Anyways.
It has nothing to do with me feeling bad for you.
Why would you feel bad for me?
No reason.
A young strapping man like me. You ask Jay's mowing. 66 and still got it. Anyways, okay, what's wrong with this picture? How much larger is this yard than the next yard we're going to?
Where's the next yard?
Bonnie.
Oh, I'd say at least 6 times, if not more. 10 times.
I'd be inclined
maybe.
to say 10 at the minimum.
10 times, yeah.
And I only get $20 more for this yard than I do this next one. But the next one I dread the most.
Why is that?
What's wrong with that picture? A yard that's much, because people complain. You know? Can you mow lower? Can you not do this? Can you do that? Always something. All right, James. I'm going to say good night. You going to say good night?
See ya.
All these YouTube fans you have out here. I mean, they don't tune in to see me. They tune in to see you.
I doubt that.
So anyhow, y'all, I don't get very big views when I'm by myself. I only get better views. Of course, I never get big views. I only get better views when James or Mariah is with me, because they don't want to see my ugly mug. Right? Right.
I'm only a few steps above you.
Good night. They don't.